wonderful people of YouTube land. Season's greetings and happy holidays. Hey, it's your good friend, Wild Elf 26. Hey guys, I'm back with a video. It's December 17th as of the taping of this video. And to bring you guys up to speed and all, a few months back, my PS2 Slim kind of crapped out on me. And it was a rather distraught sort of situation. I'd had that thing over 6 years. It was a real trooper. I'd even released a community post after I'd done one of my random cleanings of it and wanted to help others maintain their machines as well. But shortly, maybe a couple weeks after that, a couple systems started to go bad in the machine, and my attempts to troubleshoot it were dire. The power button snapped off and was bouncing around like a bean in a box. I had an alternate way of turning it on and off, and I thought that would solve it. But shortly after the power button situation, the laser would go out. The laser would not quite read anymore. And after repeat attempts at troubleshooting, I could not get the laser to respond anymore. I even adjusted the potentiometers to no avail. And it just failed. It just died. It was intended to fail for some reason. It just did not want to function anymore. And you'll remember the PS2 Slim I had. It was silver. And I had done a slight mod video showing that I modded this controller to match my silver PS2. And I still have my controller gear and memory cards and whatnot. These are some of my select PS2 capable games. They're not all of my PS2 games. They're just some of the bright spots that I wanted to kind of show and remind folks of, especially this one. one of the best. But yeah, you can see the ones that I enjoy playing a great deal of, and some of my PS1 titles as well, and some that are not PS1 titles. And my good friend, Mr Mods, also known as SLIPSTREAM GT, I have different dealings with him, and we go back and forth on different ideas. And I happened to mention to him what had happened to me with my PS2, and you know, as fate would behold, I was in luck. He had a number of classic PS2 systems, and he heard what I was going through, and he set me up right. And I got this in the mail. Today is December 17th. I got this a little before 3 o'clock yesterday. And I'm not exactly sure how far before 3 o'clock. And I'm going to open that up in a minute here and give you guys a taste of what I got when it came in using my Herulian Legend of Zelda pocket knife in its leaf blade shape, which is kind of nice. It seems appropriate. Got my holiday bells, because this is a holiday video. This is the first holiday package of the season. And I'm so very thankful to Mr. Mods for that. And by the way, guys, Mr. Mods does excellent mods, console mods. He does everything from making portables out of classic console systems to making laptops. Some of his N64 laptops are amazing. You really need to check out his channel. And his mods are way better than my sort of mods, like my Android grip mod here. But yeah, he's got amazing mods, and he's got some new stuff in the works too. So I want you guys to keep an eye out for the new videos too. But check out his backlog. He's got some amazing videos, and he has some kind of marketplace connection thing. I believe it's Etsy or something. He's got details in one of his video things. And you can definitely get in contact with Mr. Mods that way regarding anything you're interested in retro video game wise. He also does some classic system refurbishings as well. So it's not just extreme mods. He does some nice stuff too for those that like to keep things pretty much as they are. Alrighty, well, let me get the holiday bells out of the way there. Alright guys, I got my gimbal, and I'm going to use the gimbal. Hopefully it's reliable today. Sometimes it acts up. So my hands will be free while I mess with this. There we go. Have to hold it at a certain angle though, because the camera lens is at the extreme corner of the phone, and the gimbal can only grip the phone a certain way because of the power button / camera button. Interestingly enough, I had to reshoot this video because I accidentally grazed that camera button and it turned off the video in mid-recording. So that's always fun. Okay, let me adjust the gimbal to the right pitch angle. Okay, now bear with me, people. Feet like a bear. Okay, that should be a little closer to what we're going for there. Okay, it's the tensile strength of the gimbal legs here. Okay, let's get this one and the package. I've covered up the appropriate information. No need broadcasting that to the world at the moment. Okay, here. And this is mainly for everybody else's benefit. I've already gone through this. This is essentially what was in here when I opened it. And this is just to give you that unbox sensation, that unbox feeling that I had when I opened it before. Pardon me. This gimbal really is being a bit much. It's trying to flip forward instead of staying adjusted to me here. Okay, and I'm not going to go through all that again just for the sake of the gimbal acting wonky. It's acting wonky. Okay, somewhere in there is a Steve Martin reference, but there we go. Okay, now just open. There we go. And what did I receive? Of course, I told him I already have the hookups and everything. I received, there it is, people. Bum, 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 bum. Here, I can do better than that. Oh, maybe I can't. No, I can do better than that. There we are. Proper chime and herald. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Happy, happy holidays. Oh yeah. PS2. This is the Fat Daddy style, the PHAT Fat Daddy style, and all the different things that it was bragging that it was compatible with back in, I believe it was 2000 when this was released. Okay. And yeah, it's a good weight. It's about the weight of a VCR in some cases. And this is one of the earlier models, because you'll see in the blue section there's a third port there on the right side in the blue panel. That's called the iLink connector, and that allowed you to join more than one PS2 together to play certain racing games. And there may have been a couple first-person video games that benefited from that too. Now the USB ports, there was a keyboard attachment when you had the modem expansion put in here, and you could do some keyboard chat on some online titles. But the most fun use of these was with the GunCon 2 for the PS2. which actually had a USB plug that went in there too. And GunCon 2 compatible light gun games use these ports. There's the PS logo. It's in its upright position. Some people mount them this way. Some people found this not to be an ideal way to play the games, that the machine seems to act better when it's in its lateral landscape kind of position rather than that portrait. So, oh yeah, it's got a really good heating fan here to remove the excess heat. You have your iLink port in case you want to connect video-wise through iLink, which is fiber optic, for those that don't know what that is. And here's your traditional PSX bin AV out, which has been standard since the very first PSX dropped back in 1994. They even retained this port on the PS3 as well. Right here is your main master power switch. You turn master power on first, and then you come here and you hit regular power. This is your drawer button, and in addition to being a power button, this is also the reset button, and you just tap it to reset. The drawer button that extends the drawer so you can put the CD, DVD, or movie right there, and we'll see that at some point. I'm not going to cover that in this video. This was just an unboxing of a very wonderful and warm holiday package from a good pal, an amazing modder, Mr Mods SLIPSTREAM GT. Go check his channel now if you haven't. You really need to, because you're not cheating anybody out of anything. You're just cheating yourself out of an amazing bunch of videos about some devices that you could very well have him construct for you. He's quite good at it, and he designs his portables and his laptops so they do not overheat. That's one of his extreme concerns when he builds them, and he makes a quality product. And his refurbished units are quite clean. There's no cobwebs. There's nothing. There's no dust flying out of this thing. Controller ports look phenomenally clean. I'm going to check the memory card slot. There's no cobwebs of any sort in there. No dust. No visible dust. I've checked it with a flashlight too. There's no dust in there. So yeah, this is quite good, and it's an excellent thing for the holidays. It solves my defunct console crisis. And from now on, I think the Fat Daddy PS2 will be the standard for me. I have no desire to ever pick up a PS2 Slim system ever again. They are lighter and convenient in travel form, but it's just like the PS2 Slim is just like an unfinished machine. It seems like something that was hurried out the door. And this was built to last. It was built sturdy. And this giant expansion port they put here. Modem is one thing you can put in this thing, but I believe Sony had additional ideas for this expansion port beyond modem that they may or may never have gotten to realize, at least in America. Maybe they had something for the Europe or Japanese model that we're currently unaware of. But yeah. And in America, we got the black model. It's kind of the black box PS2 system. They had an assortment of colors in Japan, and I don't know why those options were not available in the United States. There's even an ultra rare version of the Fat Daddy PS2 Japanese edition. that's actually in this native yellow color. When they did these memory cards, this is made in the exact same color of yellow plastic. This is the official PS2 one, in cooperation with Nyko, but it's an official PS2 product. This controller, this color of this particular plastic is used on a very rare yellow PS2 in Japan. And if you don't believe me on how rare it is, go Google it on eBay, yellow Japanese PS2, and look at the prices next to it. It's staggering. But in America, the domestic black PS2 Fat Daddy generally runs anywhere from like $62 to $80 within normal pricing bounds. But yeah, these things are great. And after experiences with the Slim, I don't see why I would ever be interested in the PS2 Slim ever again. No, for me, it's going to be the Fat Daddy from this time forward. I originally had a Fat Daddy back in 2003, and I was just so impressed when the PS Slim came out that I guess I just overlooked a lot of the inadequacies of that system. The door sensor thing that the Slim had the problem with was often present in brand new units. It wasn't something that happened over time. It was just a ill-fitted sensor design system on the Slim. And these were pretty rough and tumble. They stuck the ages and they kept going. Some people would burn out the DVD drives on them, though. They'd put a movie in them after they watched a few movies and fall asleep. And, 8 hours later of the disk drive constantly running, a day or two of these things repeating like that would tend to burn out the drive. And they were really finding their space when they made these. And it was super popular. I think it was 1 in 6 households in America had a PS2 around the year 2003, 2005. And they just kept producing games for it. It's one of the longest produced consoles in America out of any of the consoles in the past. It narrowly beat out the NES as far as how long games kept getting produced for it officially. I'm not talking about the homebrews or the retro throwback games that people are making now. That's a different category all to itself, and I respect some of that, but it's not official. And this, its official run was just staggering. It was awesome. The whole architecture of the system is just phenomenal. And when they made the jump to PS3, some of the graphics are pretty good on PS3 titles, but there was just a certain way about PS2 games that just seemed, I don't know, more relevant than what you find on PS3, 4, or even now the 5. I think the most relevant thing on current PS5 is the VR headset games, because that was something that is exclusive to the newer systems that you just could not do with PS2. But I'm sure if such a device had existed back then, they dang sure would have tried to make use of it. But yeah, the VR systems are the current bread and butter. VR headsets, the different versions of the VR headsets, and the little hand units, the wireless hand units that allow you to interact in those. But this really was a mega powerhouse, and it's definitely a staple point in retro gamers' collections. If you are a retro gamer that plays your games, you definitely want the PS2. Some of the game titles were released also on Xbox and GameCube. And there were some certain exclusive exclusive releases on certain things, or certain content was exclusive depending on what console you owned. Case in point, Soul Calibur 2 for PS2 is awesome. And the exclusive content in that game is Heihachi Mishima from the Tekken series. And but if you had the GameCube version, you got the exclusive character of, guess who? Link from The Legend of Zelda, of course. And but no Heihachi on the Nintendo. And I'm trying to remember who the Xbox got. I can't think of it. And they all got some special edition character from Todd McFarlane, a character called Necrid. Oh, now I remember. The Xbox got Spawn. Yeah, Spawn the Infernal. That was an exclusive character to the Xbox Soul Calibur 2. But yeah, so this is great. Once again, another mega thank you to Mr. Mods, aka Slipstream GT. And I hope you all have a happy holiday. This is at least one decent thing that's making my holiday a lot brighter. And I hope you guys check out Mr. Mods' channel and hit him up, ask him some questions. And if you want to find out about his market connection, you can ask him about that. I believe it's Etsy, but he'll probably have a link you can reach him. So, all right, guys, you have a great one. This is Wild Elf, and I'll toot the horn again on the way out of the video. And I'll probably do a little bit of a short video too for this, just to continue the thank you that I feel it deserves. All right, guys. This is Wild Elf, and give me a moment. I'm going to get the ocarina, and it is an ocarina. It is a round body style, or someone called this body style the round boy. It's a 6-hole ocarina. It's a plastic ocarina, which is great because I've dropped this a time or two. And if this was ceramic, it would have completely shattered on the very first, not even the drop. If you thought of dropping one, the ceramic ones tend to get a crack or a fissure on them. It's not the sweet potato shape. I, at some point, will eventually get a hold of a sweet potato version in a slightly lighter blue or maybe white, where I can just kind of give it the color I need myself. But yeah, this is the plastic. I think this is a TNG ocarina in the note of C, for those music aficionados that know that stuff well better than I do. Maybe if I do this, you can maybe see, there, it's a little better. The autofocus is what's screwing this up. TNG. And STL has a version very similar to this too. But the 6-hole sweet potato shape is the one I'm going to be eventually getting. All right. Here goes, guys. Ready? All right. I wish I could have found some tablature for some holiday music for this ocarina. But we'll just take a look at my little Christmas tree here, my holiday decoration. Alrighty, that was interesting. All right, guys, you've been great. Have a happy holidays, guys. This holiday season of 2023. And I will see you in next videos, hopefully. And hopefully the new year will start out with a lot more positivity for all of us combined. I guess 2023 has been kind of rough for a lot of us, and I want you to know I have a semblance and a bit of empathy toward you if you've had a rough time this year. I've gone through some interesting stuff myself. All right, Wild Elf 23. Remember, please like and please subscribe. I'm trying to get the subscriber number up to 900 before Christmas Day. Thank you guys. Bye.